Yeah, no doubt about that. And listen, I'm sure there were thousands of bleary-eyed Cowboys fans on this back-to-work Monday. But, yeah, it was absolutely worth it. The Cowboys had to play through that. They had to wait for the weather delay. Then there was poor play, attrition, but they get it done. And, Ed, I'm not going to style point that win, and I think that brings me to Dak Prescott. Perhaps his worst game of the season until it mattered most, and he engineers a game-winning drive. What was your takeaway?
Well, he had 2 fourth-quarter touchdown drive in Pittsburgh against the number 2 scoring defense in the league. Now, a lot of it, like you're saying, he had to overcome his own flaws, right? He turned the ball over 3 times. He's not going to win too many road games against a quality opponent in that situation. But I thought the rapport he had with Jalen Tolbert at the end of the game was really significant. You know, you heard Mike McCarthy say that that's a play that they've practiced probably 1,500 times. And you don't always deliver the ball to the same spot, but he delivered it where it needed to be, and Tolbert made a great catch with his hands and holding onto the ball, even as a defender tried to strip it out at the end. But Mike McCarthy saying that I thought one of Dak's greatest plays was the fumble recovery. That was amusing. And I guess he meant because he was alert enough to see the ball and then react and put himself physically at risk to recover the fumble. And that was a big play. He doesn't get that, they don't win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But listen, there's another, and I want to follow up on Dak Prescott because I do think, you know, when he had all those troubles earlier in the game, part of it is when Dak Prescott tries to do too much. We can talk about him being the highest paid player in the NFL, but do you think it's detrimental when he might consider that same idea?
Well, he said last week when he was asked about that, I don't think about, hey, I have to justify my salary or I have to justify being a franchise quarterback. I just feel like I can do more, and I'm going to when that's possible and when my team needs me to. And, you know, when you're down like they were, I mean, they lose their rookie left tackle, and Tyler Smith has to bounce out there. They got Zach Martin was hurt for a time, and you're playing without Brandon Cooks, and you're going to be playing without Brandon Cooks. So, yeah, I think he did more, but for him to walk away from that game and that be the first time in his 9-year career that he's thrown a go-ahead touchdown pass in the final minute of a game is really significant going forward.
Yeah, great stuff. He does have 23 game-winning drives, 15 fourth-quarter comebacks. Real brief about the injuries. Marshawn Nealon expected to undergo arthroscopic surgery tomorrow. Tyler Guyton, meanwhile, probably day-to-day. He'll probably be able to come back. What concerns you most about injuries? We only got about 20 seconds.
Well, the defensive end position, like Mike Zimmer said, he's never seen anything like this at that position. They like to have 4 guys that they can rotate in, and until they get Micah Parsons back, the situation's not going to improve, and we don't know when that's going to be, because when we asked Mike McCarthy today about him playing this week against the Lions after the high ankle sprain, said he saw him getting treatment today, and then he mentioned, well, you don't play rush guys back this early in the season, and we have a bye week after this. So my sense is Micah Parsons is probably not going to play, and Nealon's probably going to join DeMarcus Lawrence on IR.
Yep, I agree. All right, Cowboys got to get back to work quickly because one of the best teams in the NFC is coming in, the Detroit Lions. And I know that, Chris, you are absolutely fully engaged as we get ready for that game as well. Back to you.